I would
I
never
wouldn't
go
even
on
go with
my
people.
own.
So that's how I know. That's how I know you were secretly a fan, bro. Because
Man,
I wouldn't even
shut
go with other
up,
people.
dude. We got a show. You over here talking crap, bro. You talking wild crap. Let's talk crap about important things right now. Let's talk about important things. We're going to do an update on the TikTok ban story. There's some things to discuss. We're going to be talking about the Pokey Brawls going on in Costco, going all over the stores. We're going to be talking about some true crime. It's going to get crazy. We got a book review, and we're going to be talking about the new movie, Peter Pan Neverland Nightmare. I was very excited to watch this. I made sure EJ watched it, so we're going to talk about it. Let's go, baby. As you know, it was just...
You can read?
It was just Martin Luther... I listened to it, audiobook, bitch. As you know, it was just Martin Luther King Day. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, okay? And this gentleman went up in front of the entire NBA, and he went in front of on national TV, and he decided, I don't even know who this is, but Dre knows who this is because he watches NBA. And this guy went in front, this guy's name is Norman Powell, and he went on national TV to address Martin Luther King Day, and this is what he said.
I want to thank everybody for coming out and celebrating the life of Martin Luther King. He was a great man, and he stood for everything right.
My man called him Martin Luther Cream, bro. What kind of slip is that? I can see you saying anything else, bro. I can see you calling
don't play that while I'm drinking, man. I almost choked.
I know, bro. I saw it. I was like, yo, this is about to fucking...
Martin Luther Cream, bro. That's got to be a goof, right? He can't be for real.
What is going on in that man's mind? That sounds like that. Listen, that sounds like a movie I don't want to watch. Martin Luther Cream. My man got cream on the brain. Everybody in the comments are calling him a certified gooner, certified top flight gooner. And speaking of gooners, there's a wild story that is happening right now. Well, the story is pretty much over at this point. But
I think I know what you're gonna say
about the guy that went to the drive-thru. You talking about that guy? Yeah, man, the guy.
I just heard about that.
Oh my God! So if you don't know, this man went to this drive-through, and the video's online. The guy pulls up, and she's like, "Hey, how can I take your order?" Blah blah. And then she notices that this schman does not have any pants on, and he is gooning in the car while he was getting ready to get his order taken. And he shows up with the big smile. She notices, he's like, "Yo, you gotta get out, you gotta get." And he just, and then he drives off, right? Well, it just so happens the man was so embarrassed that he ended up taking his own life shortly after. Hey, you think that's funny, huh? You think that's a joke?
Bro, it is kind of funny that...
Listen, man.
I mean, listen. This all could have been avoided, right? I mean, he kind of played himself, right?
Listen, at this point, what do you do besides kill yourself? You know what I mean? I think he had a wife and a kid and everything. See, it's one thing, right? If it just happens in your neighborhood and nobody else knows except those people. This is online. You are a certified top #1 gooner in America right now. And it's all over the web. You're cooked, bro. Everybody saw your face. Yeah, I'm not surprised that he killed himself. It's what else would you do? How do you come back from that?
What was he thinking, bro? What was he thinking?
He was not. He was straight gooned up. It's a sad story because the guy was obviously straight mentally ill. Something was definitely off with this guy. But it's what else do you do besides kill yourself when you are exposed as goon #1, bro, online? There's nothing else you could do. But this man, maybe he should have killed himself because he was a hero to many. He was a hero to many gooners across the world, across his area, because a bunch of people went to this establishment and they ended up holding a funeral for him outside of the place. Did you see that?
I did not hear about that.
Oh my God, dude! They did a whole vigil for him.
I thought it was gonna take a dark turn. I thought you were gonna say they were all gooners showed up in droves and just started gooning in the parking lot.
They might have done, but they might have done that afterwards. They might have done a 21 come salute for him. I mean, what else do you do for the top gooner, right? What else do you do? They had his face on a candle and everything. It was crazy, bro. Can you imagine being those girls? and you look outside and the goon squad, the literal goon. See, back in our day, the goon squad meant it was a bunch of dudes coming to fuck you up, coming to shoot you, or beat your ass.
That meant like gang activity, bro.
Yeah. Now it's a whole. Now if you say I'm calling the goon squad, I'm like, you're just gonna call a bunch of guys with their dicks out. Like, I'm not trying. I'd rather have the other goon squad. I know what to do with the other goon squad. I don't know what to do with 40 guys with their dicks out.
I don't want to be associated with any goon squad
I'm not
anymore,
equipped for that. Your gooning days are over.
Man.
Got another insane story here. This story pisses me off to no end for a few reasons here, okay? So this 45-year-old influencer, a gentleman in Brazil, has passed away because he got anesthesia to get a full back piece tattoo. So the anesthesia ended up putting him into cardiac arrest, and he ended up dying before he ever got the tattoo. This is a trend that has been pissing me off and grinding my gears for years. This whole, I'm going to get anesthesia to get a freaking tattoo. Number one, it's lame, bro. I mean, listen, numbing cream is one thing, okay? Numbing cream is a whole thing on its own, okay? But going under anesthesia to get a tattoo, and then what these people do is they do it so they can get their whole back blown out essentially in one session. They get the color, they get the whole back piece done in one session, which puts your body under tremendous stress and trauma, which is, people are not, you're not meant to get a tattoo that way. You're supposed to get the lines, and then you come back in, you get blasted like 6 weeks later after you get healed up. But no, these people are like so impatient that they want to get blasted in one session, and they obviously cannot handle the pain. So they get put under anesthesia, and this is the kind of shit that happens, bro. Like, I have not been under anesthesia in my life yet, thank God. And I really don't want to be, because the older you get, the worse, the more dangerous it is for you to be under anesthesia. Okay. First of all, I don't even like the feeling. I don't think I'd like the feeling or anything like that. You cannot get me to go under anesthesia for something so stupid, bro. If you can't handle the pain of a tattoo, unless you have some kind of disorder where those people where like any little flick or any little touch, like their bones will break or they'll be in pain. I could see that. I could see if you got some kind of pain disorder where any little thing that happens to you, you'll freaking die. I could see you going under anesthesia.
About that guy from SpongeBob?
Yeah, like that guy. There's people like that. Where
my skin is paper and my bones are glass.
Yeah, like the TLC does documentaries about those guys. Oh, I have paper skin and stuff like that. I can see if you're one of those guys, but if you can't handle the pain, dude, don't go under anesthesia. Enough with the anesthesia.
First of all, is a tattoo parlor even qualified to give someone anesthesia? Like, do they have a nurse in the back or something? Like,
that's the other thing people brought up.
I'm not going to get anesthesia from somewhere that don't got nurses and doctors, bro.
Exactly. That's the other thing I was gonna say that pisses me off about this is it's not even a licensed anesthesiologist, probably. What are you thinking, my guy? What are you freaking thinking? It's absurd. Totally absurd. I'm sure the guy left behind like a family or something. It's like, this is how you go out because you wanted to get a full back piece in one session, bro? Like, really?
People will remember the Gooner long after this guy.
Oh yeah. I don't think anybody's going to do a memorial for this dude. As sad as I'm sad about it. I don't want to hear that the guy died, but it's like, what are you doing, bro? Just go back after 6 weeks. Enough with the freaking anesthesia. The numbing cream already pissed me off. I know that it's controversial to say, but the numbing cream pissed me off. I remember when I got my stomach tattoo, bro, I was so nervous. I was like, yo, this is gonna be so this is gonna be so painful, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't even that bad. And then when I get up after getting my stomach blasted, I look and I see this guy getting numbing cream for his forearm, and I'm like, you better have some kind of disease, bro. You better have some kind of condition. I'm sitting here getting my fucking stomach just murdered, but with this needle. I mean, my stomach was black. It was just straight black, like heavy letters. And this guy's getting numbing cream first. I'm not trying to shit on the guy, but it just made me go like, what is going on? Just get the forearm. Just do it straight, bro.
And also, wouldn't it be even worse to get it all done at once? Because because of like the healing. Like, how are you gonna take a shower, bro? You're gonna be able to wash your ass.
That's what we're saying is the trauma of it. There's a reason you do it in steps. There's
The
a
water's
reason
gonna
you
touch
do it
his
in
back,
steps.
and he's just gonna collapse in the shower.
I've seen people like this is a trend. Like I've said, I've seen people do this, and they get up and their body is like literally shaking, like they're being electrocuted because their body has just been getting all this trauma induced on it for hours and hours, and you're just poking all these wounds in your freaking back, dude. Your body has to heal that.
He didn't even get that far either, though. They didn't even put ink on him.
No, he just died. Yeah, it was insane. You're gonna like this one. So this story is coming from New Zealand, okay? So this guy ends up killing this 89-year-old man, okay? He ends up going to some apartment complex, and he was getting I think he was going to get drugs or something, or I think he was going to go get drugs, and the girl ended up burning him. So she ended up stiffing him on the money. So he just runs in and this dude randomly runs in this dude's apartment and stomps this 89-year-old man's head in, okay? So now what they're trying to do is they're trying to get this guy off because he's claiming that they're claiming insanity, and they're claiming that he believes that he is the anime character Ichigo from Bleach. Okay, and they're saying that he basically did a monologue that the guy did a monologue in Japanese to show that he believes he's this guy. I don't know what's going on in the anime community, EJ, but y'all wilding out right now, bro. What's going on with y'all?
First of all, don't say y'all, okay? Because this is the first time I've ever heard of someone doing some shit like that.
What's going on with y'all, bro?
And I don't think that'll get him off. Like, sure, he won't be locked up in prison, but he'll be locked up in the nut house, which might be even worse.
Listen, I'm sure. I don't know what's going. New Zealand, I don't know what their policy is. But it might be like Canada, where if you go to jail for something like that, for murder, a lot of those people end up being back on the streets in like 5-10 years. It happens in Canada, where the guy cut the dude's head off on the bus. Like, this has happened when we were kids, but this man cut this dude's head off on the bus on the Greyhound, and he's back on the streets in a matter of no time, and like nothing. So I don't know what New Zealand's laws are, but he definitely might be back on the streets, and he's going to be out there kicking people and, slapping people because he thinks he's Ichigo. He's going to be doing anime moves on people. He'll be right back in the loony bin, bro. This dude's watching
Jesus Christ, bro. Just lock him up. Just lock his ass up, bro. I don't know what New Zealand's thinking. He's clearly not crazy.
You got to get your people. Yeah, and you got to...
Bro, stop. Those are not my people, bro.
That's your people. And you got to get your Pokemon people. Your Pokemon people have been in Costco bugging out. Have you seen the videos of them fighting over these cars, bro?
Oh. Really?
Oh, dude.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, come on, bro.
Thank you.
Oh, five per customer? Oh, it's only 5 per customer.
Right.
Get out of here, guys. Fuck off. Fuck out of here. You fucking serious? Oh.
Hey, chill! Hey, chill! I'm gonna grab the mic. What the hell's going on? Hey!
Bro, stop! Stop! He's been here since 7 in the morning!
Jojo!
People have been brawling in Costco because I guess these new special packs came out with these rare cards inside. And basically these people are scalpers. They're just trying to get they're not just there for one. They're there to fill up their cart. They're there to get 5, 10, 15, 20 boxes that can go out on eBay. And so they can sell them. And it's absolutely disgusting and it's disgraceful. And
they need to... Japan has rules about shit like that. Like, if they know, like, people are gonna go nuts, like, they make it, like, limited. Like, when you pull up to the counter, they're like, all right, bro, you can only get, like, 2.
Yeah. Well, I know they probably did it after that incident they had. Remember they had that incident in, like, that arena where they gave out those, where they were trying to sell those Yu-Gi-Oh cards and everybody rioted because there wasn't enough? This was, like, in, like, 2002. I think we watched a video on there, right? You remember that? It was, in Japan. Yeah. They were giving out these rare Yu-Gi-Oh cards. They were selling them in the like this big arena at this Yu-Gi-Oh competition, and they didn't have enough, and people just started freaking rioting. So after that was like a national emergency in Japan. So they probably had to put some laws into effect after that. But yeah, I mean, it's totally disgusting. People are out to make money, and it's a freaking card game. Kids are playing this. People just want to have fun, and I'm very happy to hear what Pokemon's response was. What they said they're about to do, they said, fuck you to all the scalpers. They said, you better make your money right now, because what we're about to do is we're about to flood the streets with those cards. We're about to flood the stores with those packs. So now all the stuff that they fought, that they scratched, clawed, and fought for and choked somebody out for, it's going and it will be devalued, baby. You won't be able to give these away after Pokemon's done flooding them. And I am very happy to hear that, because
That's
people
pretty,
deserve
that's
to
pretty
get
lit.
it.
That's pretty- that's
It's
pretty
a great
good.
response. I've never heard of any other company doing that. You know, whenever you see these things like Stanley and stuff like that, you never heard Stanley say, "Oh, we're about to put out 50,000 more of those Elsa Stanley cups." They just let it rock. So I think this was a great response for that. Because at the end of the
Pokemon
day, it's a
doesn't play.
game. It's a game, and people should be able to. It should be accessible, and a lot of young people play. There's a lot of kids play, and they don't want to be out there spending $50,000 on a freaking card, bro.
I feel like that might happen with Beyblade, bro, because there's prize bays that you can only get through this app where you gotta randomly get it,
Right.
and people are selling them, people that get them are selling them for 500, bro, online.
Oh my god.
And I feel like that'll be the next game tragedy. You know what I mean? Someone's gonna die.
People fighting over
they want.
Beyblades.
I
Are
think
Beyblades
so,
making
bro.
a comeback? I don't know how popular they actually are, though. Are they real?
It's definitely making a comeback, bro. It's definitely blowing up.
Right. Beyblades are the ones, if you don't know, where you pull the string and it's like it's like a little spinning mechanism, and you spin one, your friend spins one, they have to bang into each other, and whoever's explodes loses. That's basically it's just basically like fighting. It's like fighting dreidels, basically. You spin your dreidel, the other person spins their dreidel, and they collide, and whoever's goes out of bounds or whoever's breaks out loses.
Bro, the Jewish community wishes they thought of Beyblade first.
They got that, bro. That's essentially what it is, bro. You're spinning your dreidels, bro. You're spinning your dreidels. So everybody's happy. The world is rejoicing, or America is rejoicing, because TikTok is back, baby. Big D brought it back before he even went into office, and I freaking knew it. I wasn't panicking. I knew it. First of all, he already said that he had a soft spot for it. He was going to look into it. I knew it wasn't going to last. But people were panicking, people were crying, people were upset. And listen, rightfully so. A lot of people were making money. A lot of people had their livelihoods on TikTok. And listen, if I was raking in thousands of dollars of TikTok, then I'd be crying too. You know what I mean? I get like a couple thousand likes here and there, so it's not a big deal to me. I mean, I was kind of tight because I had my most successful TikTok the day before it went down, so I was like, wow, that's kind of lame, boo. But I figured it was going to come back. So what I did not do, obviously, was delete my app like a lot of other stupid people did, okay? So now that TikTok came back, everybody's happy, everybody's hype, but since some fools deleted their app, now, as we were talking about with the Pokemon and all this stuff, people are putting their phones on eBay for 10 grand, $500 because they have TikTok installed on it. Because right now, you are not able to re-download TikTok. TikTok will not be on the App Store, apparently, until it is sold to a U.S. company. So until then, we can use
So
to
wait,
see...
hold on. So I'm pretty sure that they were saying, before it got banned, that it wouldn't be in the App Store, right? But you could still use it, up until however many updates pass.
Well, that's what we were surmising.
Why would they get rid of it when you could still use it for a little while?
Well, that's what we thought. That's what Michael was telling me, that if they did it that way, where they left it on where they let you keep it on your phone, whatever, you were able to use it. But TikTok had just shut down, basically. So that wasn't going to work. You weren't able to even use it because TikTok shut down. They pulled the plug. So if TikTok were still working, I guess you would still be able to use it. because like they still allow like TikTok on their end kept it open, but TikTok just shut it down. So you weren't even able to use it even if you had the app. So people that still had the app, they just went on after like 6-7 hours and they just found out that it was back on. But if you deleted your app, you can't get it back. You're cooked, bro.
So has anybody bought a $10,000 phone just for the TikTok?
I don't know if anybody's actually purchased any of these, but you can go on eBay right now and see that there's a bunch of phones, iPhone 13, iPhone 12, iPhone 15, with the TikTok app downloaded and installed on it. Because let me tell you, there's some TikTok junkies on there, and I bet you some people dropped at least $500 on that. I bet you some fool did that. And if you did
you gonna sell your phone?
I might. I thought about it. I was like, I might sell my phone. Like I like TikTok, but I'll take 10 G's over having TikTok for a couple months or whatever. However long it takes Mr. Beast to buy TikTok, Elon Musk
might have it on my phone because my phone just came with it, but I never used it.
Oh, sell that! You need to sell your phone. You need to sell your phone.
Anyway,
let's see how much we can get for your phone, dude. We can get you a couple grand, dude. That'll be.
Bro,
lit.
if I can get at least $1,000, I could get a whole better phone, way better. Oh my god!
Deadass. You can finally get an iPhone. You can sell.
And it's fresh, like it's never been used, like a fresh TikTok, bro.
That's right. No data on there. Your algorithm is clean.
Like no pre-established feed or anything like that. Like you can
untainted.
You can start it up from fresh.
And now people have this theory that because now Facebook and Meta have their own TikToks, which is weird. Like I don't know why they would have that. It's like a competing app has their own account on TikTok. But people are thinking that people are saying that you have to block Facebook and block Meta on TikTok, and they're saying that their feeds are being restored and they're seeing more controversial stuff after that. And that doesn't make much sense to me because, like, okay, what if Facebook was running TikTok right now under the table, which I don't think it is because you'd probably be able to download it at this point.
Yeah.
What would blocking them? Yeah. What would blocking them have to do? They can still run. They can still see your data. They can still see everything, whether you block their account or not. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't really make much sense to me, but it's the new conspiracy, the new bing bing, where they have that conspiracy song behind it, bing bing bing. I don't know if y'all seen this, but I had to block Facebook because I wasn't seeing any controversial. But it's like, girl, what the hell are you talking about? If they own it, they'll be able to do whatever they want. Like it doesn't matter if you block their profile.
Yeah, I feel like all blocking that does is now you don't see Facebook TikToks.
You don't
That's
see
all.
Facebook. And I just want to know why they even have. Like, what is Facebook gonna post on TikTok? How lame they are. We're just gonna make TikToks about how stupid they are.
They're gonna post go to Facebook.
Yeah, okay. Like anybody wants to do that. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, buddy. Yeah, sure. Look at Mark trying to fit in. Look at him. He's just desperate to fit in. Now he's taking out the DEI. And now he's trying to be on TikTok, bro. Give it a rest. Wrap it up, bro. You're done. Take your broccoli haircut. I think he's trying to be like a TikToker now. He got the TikTok broccoli haircut, and now he might be doing like TikTok dances in a few weeks on TikTok.
Oh god.
Yeah, he's a real cologne.
So how many people do you think deleted TikTok off their phone?
Oh man, how many people? I mean, first of all, I don't know why you would, because if TikTok wouldn't have shut down on their end, we would have been able to use it until the updates basically froze us out. It's definitely in the thousands. Like,
Jeez.
definitely in the thousands. It's like, what did you like?
Gave up, bro.
And it's like,
they heard
why?
It was banned and they were.
What did you think? The Secret Service was going to come and like arrest you for having it on your phone?
They gave up, bro. They were like, well, it's banned. We might as well get rid of it.
So I was reading something about GTA, right? Everybody's excited for GTA 6. And the rumor has it that the game, now, generally a game right now is going for about 70 beans. But people are surmising, people are guessing that GTA 6 might be set around $80 to $100. Okay.
Yeah, I heard about that. I heard about something like that.
And I was reading this article about how the gaming industry is salivating at that thought. They're happy about that because they think that that's going to drive the price up for their games. And I got one thing to say to that.
Now you know you're retarded.
That is not how that's going to work. That's like if Eddie runs a hotel, right? And he's like a 5-star hotel. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to raise up my price to $4,000 a night. And then I run a shitty motel with bed bugs. And I go, well, if he's raising the price, then that only means I can. No, that's not how it works, because most games, the games that they're putting out right now are total shit and they're whack. And like people are totally hating on all the AAA games. Listen, the gamers that I know are all saying that GTA should not be $100, right? And I can agree. No game should be $100. But if any game is going to be worth $100, it's going to be GTA. And that's going to be like
we hope GTA 6 is good.
I think because people have been playing 5. People were playing 5 for like fucking 10 years, you know what I mean? And it's like because of the online mode, there's so much opportunity with the online mode and with the DLCs and stuff like that. People have been playing.
All right, I was about to say that, bro, because I see games that like sell for like their price is at 100. But that's like including all the DLC. You get like whatever kind of like game of the year edition, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Right. You get like a statue.
You know what I mean? You get you probably get all like the future DLC that's gonna come out. You know what I mean? Like it's not just like the regular game.
Right.
For 100. So I don't know how they're gonna do it.
If any game's worth $100, it's gonna be GTA, because people are gonna be playing it for years and years and years and years. What other game is going to be worth that? Assassin's Creed Affirmative Action? I doubt that. They keep pushing it back because they know it sucks. They know that game sucks. I mean, like, really.
Now this might be a hot take, right? This might be a hot take, but I think Elder Scrolls 6 might be probably not worth 100, but I think people would pay like 80 for it. We've been waiting since 2012.
Now that's an RPG, right?
Yeah.
See, okay, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that.
Imagine GTA, but like fantasy GTA.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say like big RPGs like that you can play for years on end, and you can develop your character, and they give they do these DLCs and stuff like that. That I can see going for $100. Those kind of games. But like, yeah, the latest Saints Row. Imagine you saw. I told you that people were trashing that. Imagine that was $100. Ain't nobody buying that. Ain't nobody buying the last Saints Row.
I was telling you like a month or two ago. Like I was looking at on the Switch store, and they were selling 3 and 4 Saints Row 3 and 4 for like $2, bro.
Crap.
$2, bro. $1 a game is crazy.
If you put out a bunch of crap, what do you expect? You think that because the hottest game of the fucking century is going to be $100, that means your game is going to be worth $100? Get real.
So when you first said that, I assumed like, if their game's 100, then they'll buy our games because they'll stay the same price. Yeah, is what I was thinking.
Yeah, no, that's not how it's going to work. Like, so yeah, let's say GTA 6 comes out and they put it for 100, right? And then you go, well, then that's the new norm. I'm going to put mine for 100. Ain't nobody going to buy.
Oh, no. I thought they were saying like, well, if 100's too much, like we're going to keep our games the same price so that people will come back and get our games because
they're excited that they think they're going to make more money.
Oh God.
They think they're going to make more money because GTA is about to make a bunch of money. That's not how it works. That's not how it works.
Oh, that is how the gaming industry goes, bro. You know, like
ain't nobody gonna pay for that.
Once the company saw how well like microtransactions went for certain games, they were like, well, we gotta have those.
Well, those I could see. Microtransactions make sense, in the grand scheme of things. People want to pay extra for little perks and for extra time in the game, blah blah blah.
But then think about this though. A lot of like the games that have good microtransactions, or at least decent ones, the games are usually free. Like you're just paying for costumes or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like
right.
So by the time you spend $100, like
you can spend $100 doing microtransactions easy. You can spend $100 doing transactions easy, bro. Yeah, those make a lot of money. Those microtransaction games make a lot of money for sure.
I hate those. I definitely hate those, bro. I hate those games.
Speaking of free games, I've been playing a free game recently on my computer, okay? I have been playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure, recently for the last couple of days, okay? And you know what's funny about this is you were telling me, EJ, I was like, I forgot what I said. I was like, I'm about to go play a game. You're like, what is it, Hello Kitty Island Adventure? And I was like, no, I would never play that. What are you, freaking retarded? Why would I play that game? It looks so dumb. Well, then I read an article that Hello Kitty Island Adventure was going to PlayStation and the Switch, and I read how like excited people were about it. I read like how much people loved that game. So I was like, all right, maybe I'll check it out. I'll give it a whirl. So I downloaded on the Apple Arcade on my computer. And I start playing. I'm like, it's like a fun, like a little baby game. Go get like a little apple for Hello Kitty, and then you got to go make a pie for her. And then, so basically you're just it's like an RPG kind of. You're on this island. You make your character, and you have Hello Kitty and all her friends. Everybody has like their own store and their own cabin. You basically have to build this island up and like make friends with everybody and live your life on the island. So, go get Hello Kitty an apple and make a pie for her. Oh, help me build this cabin up so my friend can stay there. I play it. I'm like, okay, it's mostly about going grabbing, retrieving things and helping people, and then you have your puzzles and stuff like that. So I was like, whatever. And I just kept playing it, and I start leveling up my friendships, and I start baking pies, and next thing I know, I look at the window and the sun's down, and I'm making a lot of headway on this island. And I'm like, I'm kind of fucking with this game hard right now, dude. Last night, bro. Last night, I played it for hours, dude. For hours. This is my new game right here.
Is it better than Hello Kitty Races?
It's two different games, so I can't really compare them because Hello Kitty Race is just a driving game. But I can say unequivocally that you're going to get way more life out of Hello Kitty Island Adventure because listen, there's like all these surrounding islands that you have to unlock and find things. So I'm constantly moving around, finding things and helping people. And the puzzles, let me tell you. So when I first started playing, I'm like, bro, this is so easy. Like, this game's going to be mad easy. Like, I was thinking like, I didn't want to play because it's going to be too easy. Bro, the first, almost every puzzle, I have to look up how to beat it. It's so embarrassing. Like, this game is not meant to stress you out. Hello Kitty Island Adventure is not meant to stress you out.
Are you saying you're dumber than a fifth grader?
I might be. If this is marketed to fifth graders, then I might be. Bro, I have to look up. I'm on YouTube. Like most of my history now is like, how do you beat puzzle number 2 in Hello Kitty Island Adventure? And it's just like some girl. She's like, what you gotta do is you gotta take the A and move it over there. And I'm just I might have solved like 2 puzzles on my own, bro. The rest of them I had to look up on my own. Now, bro, I'm hardcore into Hello Kitty Island. I'm sitting there for hours, bro, listening to 3-6 Mafia, listening to about people getting pistol whipped and selling drugs and doing drugs and beating people's ass, and I'm listening to 3-6 Mafia just baking things and doing puzzles and
baking things,
giving people balloons and all this kind of cute little shit. I'm really feeling it, bro. I'm in, bro. I'm in. Like, I'm watching live streams of people playing the game, because it's one of those games where because it's one of those games where every day, your quests renew. So every day they give you new things to do. Every day they give you new things to go find. So there's always something to do, bro. It's like there's a whole community. I think I'm probably, bro, the only guy playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure. I feel like Optimus Prime at the end of the movies.
I don't even believe that, bro. It's definitely not true.
Every video I look up, it's some chick playing the game. There's no way. I feel like Optimus Prime at the end of the Transformers, where he's like, I'm calling out to you in outer space. If you're out there, please come in contact. I need to know if there's any other guys playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure right now. I need to know.
If you're watching this episode and you play the game, please comment below. Let them know.
Let me know, dude. Let me know.
Maybe you guys could link up and do some quests
together. We could do multiplayer. Oh yeah, bro. When I'm done with this,
bro, that'd be sick, bro. You could stream with fans on Hello Kitty.
I should, right? I thought about recording some gameplay, maybe playing it, maybe showing it. We'll see what happens. Let's talk about this jacket, though. Tell everybody I got a sick new jacket for my birthday. I got a Hello Kitty Racers jacket. And why don't you tell the audience how this came to be? Look at this while I show it off. Look at this.
Well, you know, he kind of got me to start playing the game, and he really liked it. And I was just thinking, like, maybe there's some merch or something like we could get for him. And I'm looking, and I see on Amazon they got the coat, and I'm literally about to order it. And then our mutual friend Justin hits me up, and he's like, "Hey, man, what's that jacket that Gritty wants?" And I'm like, "Whoa. You can't steal my gift, bro," because I was literally about to just order it for him. And he's like, "We can go half." I'm like, "All right, you know what? All right, bro. All right, we'll go half." And it honestly worked out better that way because it would have been a pain in the ass for me to get your address or send it to Mo or whatever the fuck. So I'm glad that I just sent him half the money and let him deal with all the shipping and stuff.
He got to handle the logistics.
Yeah, exactly. But we figured out which one Thomas was looking for.
That's right.
And we thought medium would be good, you know, but yeah,
I mean, it is pretty good. It is.
Thomas has been eating a little too much.
The jacket fits well. It's just like I can't really zipper it.
I think he already broke the jacket.
The zipper popped.
I was telling him that we might have me and Justin might have to buy him another one.
The zipper did pop, but it does fit pretty. It does fit pretty well. It's just like I think I probably could have used a large because it's probably geared more towards girls, but it does fit well, and I'm very grateful. I love this jacket very much. You know, I got it on when I'm playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure. I'm locked in on the computer, rocking the jacket. You know what I mean? Doing my quest, getting my apples, getting my pumpkins, dude. Let me tell you, bro. I have totally upgraded Spooky Island with Karomi. I did all the quests on Spooky Island. I put up the haunted house, the ghost train ride. Like I'm on friendship level number 5
for Hello Kitty. So then they could throw them at each other in the racing.
Oh yeah, exactly. So they could take it to the racing game.
It's for the racing.
Dude, I'm locked in, bro, and I love this jacket. Thank you to Justin. Thank you to EJ. This jacket is amazing. And I've been loving the game.
You hear that, Justin? He broke it already. I know you're gonna see this.
The zipper I didn't break it. The zipper popped on its own somehow. I don't know. I didn't do anything. The zipper just flew off, man.
And did you throw it out? Did you try to fix it?
What am I? Really like a locksmith putting the zipper back on? I don't know how to do it. I'm not a handy guy. What the hell? I don't know how to do it. What am I gonna weld the zipper back on? I don't even know how do you even do that? How do you even put a zipper back on? I don't even know how you even do that.
I don't know much about zippers, but maybe you could pop it back in, bro.
I ain't popping nothing.
Maybe it's like Legos where it just snaps back in.
No. Only thing I'm popping is my collar and this jacket. I've been walking around the hood with the jacket. I've been getting compliments. I saw my friend yesterday. She dropped me off something. She was like, yo, that jacket is fly. I said, yeah, the fuck it is.
Personally, I think it probably looks better when it's not anyway. You know, you just leave it open.
Yeah, leave it open. You know what I mean? Walking around in the summer, walk around shirtless, show off the gut with the jacket on.
Your stomach tattoo.
Hell yeah, bro.
That you didn't get morphine for or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I didn't get numbing cream for my stomach tattoo. That ass. Now the jacket's fly, bro. I feel pimpalicious in this jacket. For real. Shit is sick.
Now, if they ever drop Hello Kitty Crocs, me and Justin might have to go half on those for you too.
I don't think I would want those, honestly. Nothing's gonna beat the Barney Crocs, because you know I'm rocking the Barney Crocs with the jacket. Like my outfit is. Somebody's telling me something. Barney Crocs with the Hello Kitty jacket.
Please,
somebody lie to me and say the combo ain't on right now. Stop it, bro. The Hello Kitty jacket with the Barney Crocs, you can't beat that. Don't even try. And I forgot what I think I had like some other shirt the other day with this. Like I think I might have had the Hello Kitty racist shirt with it. You can't beat that. You can't beat that, bro. You can't beat that. See, I really like the Hello Kitty. I like the game, the Island Adventure game, because it's like very calming. It's very relaxing. I could just like I could either sit and pontificate on things, or I could not. I could not think about anything. And one thing I did while I was playing this game, one of my favorite things to do while I play games like this is read books. So shout out to our buddy Michael, who will be back on the show soon with a very special episode that we have planned. EJ, you know what episode I'm talking about. He put me on to this book called House of My Mother, which is a book by Sherry Frankie. And some of you may know that name. Some of you may not. Some of you may
Who
know the name of the 8 Passengers YouTube channel. Do you know what that is, Eddie?
Oh, no. No.
That's right.
Do I know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. I know too much about that channel.
Why don't you give the audience a little breakdown on who the 8 passengers are before I give the book review? Who are the 8 passengers, Eddie?
So if I'm not mistaken, they are a family that does vlogs and stuff, right?
Yeah, right.
And if I remember correctly, they have weird punishments for their kids. Like their eldest son was acting up, so they like took his bed away, right? Am I?
They made him sleep on a beanbag for like 7 months
Yeah,
in the
they made him
basement.
sleep on a beanbag chair for like a month or two.
Yep.
They had them they had the little kids walking in the deserts barefoot when they acted up. It was brutal shit, bro.
All kind of stuff.
If I remember, they got caught because one of their kids like ran to the neighbors, and the neighbor was like, "Bro, this kid look like he hasn't eaten in like a year."
Exactly. You're exactly right. It was pretty much the mom, Ruby Frankie, was doing all this stuff to the kids. The dad was nowhere to be found, and we can probably get into that in a little bit.
From what I understand, it was the mom, but it was like the mom being like kind of like coaxed by that other lady.
Oh yeah, I'll get into that in a second.
Supposedly like her life coach or some shit like that.
Yep, I'll get into that in a second. But as you said, the story really popped off when one of the youngest kids went to the neighbor's house. They found him with like duct tape on his legs, bruises, and all this stuff. So then they lock up the mom, they lock up Ruby, and they lock up her friend Jody Hildebrandt, and that's where this book begins. That's where basically the prologue begins. So,
bro, did you see the body cam footage?
I did.
When the cops went into the house.
I did.
And they had a large pie, and like this tiny little girl like ate all of it, and she's like, "Yo, can you get me more?" And they're like, "Bro, like, were they not feeding you? Like, what?"
Nope. No, I mean, well, there was that one story. There was that one story where one of the little girls didn't. The mom made them all pack their lunches to go to school. And if they didn't pack their lunch and bring it, she wouldn't bring in the lunch. Like the school called and they're like, "Oh, your daughter forgot her lunch," and the mom was like, "Well, forget it. Like she's not gonna get it." So like basically, good luck starving. So the book House of My Mother is written by the eldest daughter, Sherry Frankie. It's about her experience with living under the roof of her mom, and I find it I'm glad it was the oldest daughter that wrote it because it gives you more of like an insight on the inception of everything and how this thing went down from the beginning, right? So the book begins with her in college, and she's like getting the call from the neighbor, like, "Yo, they just ran up in your house. The police just raided your house." And she's like, "Oh," so she goes and figures and finds everybody. And the first thing I really like about this book is, number one, it's very well written. And I don't know if she had help writing it. It doesn't say that. A lot of times when a celebrity writes a book, it'll be like, this person wrote it with this person. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this Arnold Schwarzenegger wrote it with this person. I don't know. She might have had help. But either way, it's very well written. And every chapter is pretty short. She's pretty posiliquent with everything. She pretty much gets everything in. Every chapter is pretty meaty, but it's very short. Okay? It's about an 8-hour read. But that's the first thing that's very good about the book is it's very well written. And it begins with a backstory on Ruby Frankie and who she was and how she was pretty much a narcissist from day one. And it was probably passed down by her mom, by the mom's mom. Because the daughter pretty much says that my mom was pretty much like her whole life has just been about checking these boxes about so the mom was basically a Mormon. She was from the Church of Latter-day Saints, right? And they're pretty much raised that the women are just there to have kids and have a family. So since day one, until when the mom hit college, her goal was to find a husband and have children. And that's the only thing that was on her mind. She married this guy that she wasn't even in love with. And she was basically playing the guy in college. Like there was a funny story about her like watching a movie with the husband, but she was but there was the boyfriend at the time. And the husband looks over and she's holding another guy's hand on the other side while she's holding his hand. Now, you would think any normal, respectable man would get up and go, I'm not messing with this bitch, right? Like, she's trying to play me in my face right now. He was like, no, you're not doing that anymore. I'm locking you down. And I was like, bro, that was your first mistake, bro. You should have got out of there right there. Like, she's playing you right in front of your face, bro. She's holding another dude's hand.
Down, man. Just go.
No. So she pretty much gives the backstory in her mom about how she just rushed into marriage with this guy. They got married in 6 months, and the mom just became an absolute baby machine. Just baby after baby after baby. Even after miscarriage, she was just pumping out these babies just for the sake of it. You know, just because it was this arbitrary, this box that this mom had to check. And as you can imagine throughout the book, there's just many examples of how the mom showed zero love, zero affection, and zero care for any of these kids. So what it shows is pretty much how they became YouTube stars. The mom had a blog, then she gets a YouTube channel, and they start popping off, okay? And the mom was pretty strict, but she wasn't abusive. The book shows how she goes from strict to then goes into just straight up abuse, as Eddie was talking about later. And it really kicks off when she meets that woman that you were talking about, Eddie, Jody Hildebrandt. Jody Hildebrandt was the leader of this connections group, this group where she gets, where Jody is doing like therapy with people, and she's a life coach and stuff. So Jody gets her hooks in Ruby, in the mom, and just turns this family upside down because Ruby was already fucking whacked in the brain, right? She's already gone. And now Jody gets in there and she starts doing one-on-one therapy with the kids, gaslighting all the kids, making them think they're bad kids, making them think they're selfish, making them think they're lazy. So now Ruby's pulling the kids out of sports, and obviously it's pretty much mostly from Sherry's point of view, from the girl. And she's pretty much saying that when she was in high school, she was super depressed because of all this, and she goes into therapy. And the mom basically pulls her out of therapy after a while. Goes, no, you're fine. Like you're good. You're good. She tells the mom and the dad
that
she's
pay for your therapy.
She tells the mom that she's suicidal, and then the dad that she's suicidal. So they give her therapy for a little while. But once Sherry doesn't want to do piano practice, Ruby pulls her out of therapy because she's basically because she lost control in one way, and she didn't let her, and Sherry didn't want to do piano practice. So she pulls her out of therapy. Once she finds out that the daughter has a boyfriend, she pulls her out of school. So she's this ultra controlling mom, making sure that these kids are growing up just like under just lock and key, under constant watch. They don't have any devices. It was totally insane. But once she gets with this girl Jody, things get worse, and she starts to become abusive and all this stuff. And most of that happened when Sherry got out of the house, actually. That's when the abuse really started to turn up, when the daughter got out of the house. So she wasn't there for a lot of the abuse.
Her only chance of escaping was like, nah, chill, Mom, I'm going to college.
And it was very sad. I'm glad you brought that up, Eddie, because it was very sad that when she ended up going to college, I don't want to give too much away of the book, but when she goes to college, she ends up getting into another abusive relationship. So she's basically being ping-ponged between two abusive relationships, between the mom and then somebody else that I don't want to spoil the book. But the book is crazy, man. I struggle to say it's a good book because like the content is not good content. You know what I mean? This book is definitely fascinating. You're getting all the behind the scenes.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting because you're getting the behind the scenes of what it was like to be in this YouTube family, because to the best of my knowledge, this is the first time we've gotten a book from one of these, from one of these YouTube kids, essentially. The kids that grew up under one of these YouTube families where they have constantly got the camera in their face. She's talking about what it was like growing up with the camera in her face. Her mom is coaxing her to do things for the camera, things she wouldn't normally do. She like almost basically shaves the girl's eyebrows off for content. And one of the interesting parts of the book was during COVID, everything really popped off. Everything really got bad, because that's when what Eddie was talking about with the kid sleeping on the beanbag and the girl not getting the lunch, they were putting all that out on YouTube. That was not behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, no, that's when like their fans started realizing something's going on here.
Exactly. So all that stuff was on YouTube, bro.
We're like putting reports in to like Child Protective Services or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they went to the house a few times.
And Sherry was the one calling a lot of them. But they couldn't do anything because Utah had this law where there's kind of like a gray area. So Utah had this law basically that says that parents are allowed to do this certain parenting where they let the kids have a lot of freedom. So they're allowed to walk to school on their own. They're allowed to be left alone in the home alone for a while. So like CPS really couldn't do much because of this law that was in place. They didn't have enough hardcore evidence to do anything about it. And eventually they did when obviously, the kid ran out of the house and everything like that. But yeah, things really started to go down during COVID when they started showing the abuse that they did on the kids, and then they basically got canceled. So the family gets canceled, they lose a bunch of subs, they lose a bunch of money, and that's when the mom gets deeper into connections with Jodi Hildebrandt. She ends up moving Jodi Hildebrandt in, and they get into this fucking lesbian relationship and all like this, but they don't, it's like in secret, right? And the thing that this bitch Jodi did with this connections group is she would get, like I said, she would get her hooks in the family, but she would really be with the moms. She would really get in the mom's head, and she would ostracize the dads. And she would basically, after a while, gaslight the dads into thinking they were bad dads, and also gaslight the dads into thinking that they had sexual proclivities towards their children, and like that they like had any type of sexual feelings for their children, and make them think that they were like these monsters.
That was the craziest part, right? About like, because I watched a lot of the body cam footage, like the interviews the cops did with them, and they were like they were talking to the dad, and they're like, well, where were you? Like, where, like, are you involved with their life? And he's like, no, like I left like a few months ago. Like they told me I had to go. Like, yeah, we're not divorced, but like we're separated for now.
She did this to
pretty much
family
what he's
after
saying is
family.
like, I have no idea what's been happening because they don't tell me.
No. She did this to family after family, and she got her license suspended because she accused a guy of being of getting sexual with his kid. So this is something she did over and over again. It was a pattern, and it was just a fascinating book hearing this girl's perspective on what it was like, because at one point she didn't like Jodi from the beginning, but at one point when the girl was like, I don't know, when Sherry was like 15 or something, and she was doing these daily therapy sessions with Jodi, it started to work. And she the gaslighting started to work, and the girl started to believe everything and started to act different. And thank God she like woke up. But the brother fell into it. The oldest brother fell into it. He got gaslit for a while, and they eventually.
I mean, bro, they literally sent him to a brainwashing camp.
They sent him to a brainwashing camp. Yeah, they talked about that. It was insane, man. If you want to hear like the dirty details of what it was like for this girl to live in this family and have Jodi living in the house, and what it was like growing up with Ruby as a mom and in the camp with the camera all in the house all the damn time. She was basically describing the house as a studio. It was not a home. They painted the walls a certain way because it looked good on camera, constantly had lights on everywhere. It was insane, bro. This book is, like I said, it's called House of My Mother, and it was a very, very good book. Only about an 8-hour read, and yeah, it was.
I'm a little upset that you didn't include me on the listening to this book.
On the book club.
I'm a little upset.
I should have. Well, I did include you in Peter Pan Neverland Nightmare, right?
Yeah, but.
So now we can talk
I want to
about
be
it?
included, bro. I want to listen to the audio book, bro.
I included you in this. Peter Pan Neverland Nightmare, the new hot horror movie by the makers of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 1 and Blood and Honey 2. These guys are set out to create their own twisted childhood universe where they're having all these, childhood, all these old stories and all these old characters, and they're making horror movies out of them. Like I said, you got Winnie the Pooh. They're doing Pinocchio this year. They're doing Bambi this year. And then at the end, they're going to do this kind of Avengers movie where all the villains come into one movie. But the other day, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare came out. And Eddie, what did you think about this movie?
It was actually pretty good. I actually I didn't know what to expect, but it was a lot better than I thought it would be.
Right.
Yeah, right. I think the guy who played Peter did his role well. He played it up, bro.
Right. This movie is about a evil, twisted Peter Pan, and he goes out to kidnap children and bring them to Neverland. And as you can imagine, Neverland is no place you want to go. It is not a very good place at all. And that's pretty much the synopsis. I don't want to give too much away. We're not going to give any spoilers. But as Eddie said, one of the shining aspects of this movie is the guy who played Peter Pan was phenomenal. This movie was basically a mix of Black Phone, It, and the guy, I don't know if he had any Heath Ledger inspiration, but it seemed like he did. And it wasn't like, oh, this guy's like cosplaying as a Joker, but I feel like there was some Joker undertones there, and he took inspiration, and it was done very well. So it was like very Joker mixed with Pennywise, mixed with Black Phone, and it was a very dark, grim vibe to this movie that I feel like these guys are very well at
Bro,
doing.
that first scene, I feel like is just like a reference to it, right? Like when he's like coming out of the floor, right? Like
Exactly.
Like he looks up like the floor and he's like, "Hey, I'm Peter." I'm like, "Nah, bro, that's don't go near him, bro. Don't get your boat. Don't get your boat, bro. Leave the boat."
It was straight Pennywise. It was straight Pennywise. And as you said,
don't take the balloon from him.
As you said, the opening scene, that's another great aspect of this movie that I wrote down, is the opening sequence of this movie was awesome. It was interesting. It was gory. It was bloody. It was vicious. It was brutal. You know, Peter's out there, he kidnaps a kid, has to kill his mom to get him. And let me tell you, you're going to call me a bitch, Eddie, but when he started ripping her face off, I turned away. I was like, oh, I can't look at this. I can't look at this. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I watched everything else. When he started ripping her face off, I was like, oh my God, I can't look. I got too squeamish. Yeah. I think the opening sequence was fantastic, and what these guys are great at doing is they're great at making these dark, grim movies with like zero levity, with zero humor. Pretty much, it's just dark and twisted the whole way through, and it is a great aspect of what they do. It's just I don't like to watch these movies that much because they'll make me depressed. Like I need a little extra something. It can't just be straight darkness the whole way through. But with that being said, I thoroughly enjoyed the tone that they set for the movie. Okay, Peter Pan was out there. He was slicing people up. It was a pretty brutal movie. I feel like the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2 was more brutal than this movie, and you can answer that in just a second.
I just watched it before coming on the show.
You can answer that.
It was good. That was good too.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in just a second. We'll talk about that.
But I got one thing to say. You were talking about how like that scene kind of made you look away.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give any details. But all I'm gonna say is, when I seen the bus, I didn't even want to watch the movie anymore after that, bro. I was like, I don't want to know what's gonna happen to this bus, bro.
I'm glad they didn't show that.
They like. That was the scene where I'm like, I don't think I want to watch this anymore.
I'm glad they didn't show it. I'm glad they didn't show what happened on the bus.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad that they kind of just showed the aftermath, bro. Because that bus, I was like, oh no, bro, I don't want to watch this.
Not good. Yeah. And I feel like all the actors were pretty on point in this movie. Wendy was good, and the kid was good.
Even the kids were on point.
Yeah, because obviously there's a Wendy in this movie. Peter Pan, he steals Wendy's brother, and Wendy has to go get him. And the final 20 minutes of this movie is great. And as we were talking about on the phone, Eddie, Peter Pan is OP in this movie. This guy's like Michael Myers,
I don't know what's
Jason.
going on with him, bro.
He cannot die. He
must be on steroids or something, bro. He was just raging out.
They are beating the shit out of this guy throughout the whole movie. I mean, even though he got the best ass kicking, I feel like in the beginning, the mom was beating his ass. She was stabbing him up. I was like, is he gonna survive the beginning of this movie? Like, she got him pretty good. And aside from the one part in the end that I'm not gonna discuss, but the part with the bat. Aside from that, I feel like the mom kicked this dude's ass in the beginning, but he got the best of her. Yeah, Peter Pan is OP in this movie. He's a straight beast. And he's not on steroids, like you said, Eddie, but he is on heroin, okay? Peter Pan, they don't call it heroin, but Peter Pan and Tinkerbell in this movie are on pixie dust, okay? And let me tell you, my other favorite aspect of this movie is Tinkerbell. When they showed Tinkerbell, it was the best, because Tinkerbell is not a small fairy vixen, okay? Tinkerbell is a man baby. As soon as you see Tinkerbell, you think that is a man baby. I mean, wow. Tinks is a glowing aspect to this movie.
And I like, and again, no details, but I do like how they kind of prime you for like to see Tinkerbell. They give a backstory to a kid, and it lines up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
No,
thought that was pretty cool. I was like, oh shit,
definitely.
that's what they were setting up. Okay.
Yeah, Tinkerbell was awesome, and Tinkerbell's not really. I don't want to give too much away, but you feel for Tinkerbell. Let's just put it that way. Tinkerbell is a kind of a sympathetic character in this movie, not really a sidekick. Not really a sidekick in this movie, but yeah, the last couple minutes of this movie was great, and it was honestly entertaining the whole way through. I was not bored throughout this movie at any point. I found it very entertaining, very brutal.
I give it at least a 3 out of 5. I mean.
I'm giving mine a 3.9 out of 5.
Oh shit!
I'm giving it a 3.9. Okay, I think they really knocked this out of the park. This has to be their best movie in their world, in the Twisted Childhood universe. This is the best movie they made thus far, for sure. So make sure you go check out Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. It's in the theaters right now, and I mean, I think it's doing well because I heard they just extended it. So make sure you get out there and support these guys.
I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, they're doing it big. These guys are doing it great.
I better get out there and watch it then.
That's right. And this year we have to look forward to Pinocchio Pinocchio Unstringed or some shit like that. Pinocchio's coming out, their version of Pinocchio, their version of Bambi, and then at the end of the year, or I'm assuming at the end of the year, they're going to do their Avengers type movie where Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, and Peter Pan, and Bambi, and Pinocchio, they're all going to get together in this big movie. And how they're going to do that, I have no idea, but you know that we're going to watch and talk about it. What do you think is going to happen?
I have a prediction for Pinocchio, which is not really my prediction, right? Okay. I'm just gonna bite off of Billy and Mandy, because Billy and Mandy had a Pinocchio episode.
Okay.
And you know Pinocchio always wants to be a real boy.
Duh.
And Billy and Mandy, they made him like a cannibal. He's like, well, I can be a real boy if I just eat flesh. Like I need human flesh. I think that's what they're gonna do. That's my prediction.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good. Listen, that's more thoughts than I have.
To be a real boy, I need to eat a real boy.
We will see. We will see hopefully soon. They seem like they're cranking these out. They're doing a great job. They're bloody. They're nasty. They're brutal. And you watched Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. You watched number 1. You were not a fan. I was a fan of both of them. I am still on the fence if I like 1 or 2 more. I'm not sure. The only gripe...
I definitely like 2 more, for sure.
The only gripe that I had is that they changed the look of the characters in the second one, and they made them more like realistic and more like a mutant, which I understand that everybody will like that except me. I just like the mask look. But what did you think of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2?
Okay, first of all, that's probably one of my favorite things. Is like I wasn't really feeling the masks in the first, right? So I definitely like the way they look in the second one. And I like how they build off of the already established lore from the first movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they talk about how Christopher Robin's like a pariah now. Nobody likes him. Everybody hates him. They tag his car and his house all the time.
Right.
And I'm like, see, I like this because now they have more to build off of from the first movie.
Right.
And like the kills, I think, were a lot better too. Oh. And they had more characters. They had more. I guess villains.
I love the opening scene in this movie. The trailer, when all the girls in the trailer, and when he starts breaking the girls' limbs one by one. That's when I hurt my head from too. When he starts breaking the girls' limbs one by one, bro, I cannot. That one gets me every freaking time. What'd you think? Owl is the man in that movie.
Owl is crazy, bro. Owl is insane,
Owl got straight aura, as the kids say. Owl got that presence. He got that voice. He got that Stentorian presence. This dude is legit. Owl needs his own movie, dude. I don't give a fuck, because this was my gripe with Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2, is that Winnie's not fat. He just looks like a bear, like a regular bear. He doesn't give me Winnie the Pooh vibes. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I liked about the first one, is he resembled Winnie the Pooh more.
You know what's weird is that you say that is because, like, when they do the shots where it's like a silhouette of him, like, he does look chubby. But then when, like, they show him in the light, like, you are right, he's like a little skinnier than he should be.
They kind of give him a belly, but he's not rotund in every way. And that's, Winnie got to be big. He's a big boy. He's a big bear. That's what I didn't like about.
And I also, no spoilers, but I also like the lore they give us on how they
Backstory.
became that way and all that stuff. I don't want to say that's definitely spoilers for the movie.
Yeah, the backstory.
But it makes a lot more sense why they're like this.
I forgot that movie came out last year, and I didn't put it in my yearly wrap up. I don't know, for some reason I thought it came out in 2023, but it came out last year in 2024, and I thought it was a banger, man. I thought it was a banger.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, there's some great kills and the great effects, and I'm very excited to see the rest of their presentations, rest of their movie.
Did you see after the like, you know how like they give you like a fake ending, like they give you fake credits, but then it cuts to Owl? Did you see that?
No, I gotta rewatch it. I might have saw it at the time, but I gotta see it again. I gotta rewatch that.
Oh, because then that motherfucker Owl is plotting,
Owl's
boy.
the best,
He's
dude.
plotting.
Owl's the best. Owl needs his own movie. That's the guy, bro. Every scene, he had that aura. My man had that presence. Owl's about it, bro. Owl's about it.
Ticket was all right, but Owl definitely made the movie.
For sure. For sure. He's that guy, pal. He's that guy. So speaking of another twisted childhood horror movie coming out, not by the same guys, but Scream Boat Willie is coming out now. Originally it was slated for January, which I saw on Google.
That's such a bad pun.
But now it's coming out in fucking April. So I'm pissed off about that because I thought it was going to come out during my birthday month. But I talked about the teaser trailer on the show, and I thought the teaser trailer looked great. I thought the music that they had, you know, they did a play off the original Steamboat Willie music and the whistle, but you didn't get to actually see Willie in the trailer. But now they dropped an image of and I sent it to your phone, Eddie, so you can look at it now while I say this. But they did drop an image of Steamboat Willie and what he looks like. They dropped a picture, and they also just did an audience reaction trailer, and they showed an image of Steamboat Willie and what he looks like. I'll put it on the screen right now, and I can say that I am not a fan of this look, okay? Because he just looks like a rat. He just looks like a straight-up rat. In one of the pictures, he looks like a man in a rat costume. And the other one, he just looks like a straight rat. And it's like, I wanted him to resemble actual Steamboat Willie. He needs to look like Mickey, black and white. You know what I mean? He should look like...
Maybe the people that made Blood and Honey should have made this movie, because they had the masks down. The second one, they had just like the mutant look down.
That's what I thought too. And listen, these are the guys that did Terrifier, so I'm sure they're going to do a great job in total, in general with the movie. But, you know, a lot of the movie is going to be based off of how this dude looks, and it's not looking that good. I'm not a fan. Did you see the picture?
Oh, nah. This man looks goofy as hell.
Looking goofy.
He looks
bro.
like Ratatouille, like fell into some like radioactive waste or something.
You're looking like a goofball, right?
Yeah.
Looking like a damn
What is
goofball. I'm not a fan. So we'll see how it all pans out, but like a lot of it's gonna be, you know, he's gonna set the tone with how he looks, right? Like if Michael Myers looked lame, would the Halloween movies be that great? Probably not. You know,
No.
If we had a whack-ass Michael Myers, I mean, I've seen, they showed when they did the behind the scenes of the first Halloween, they showed the other masks that they wanted to use. And even with Scream, they showed the other masks they wanted to use. And it's like, if they would have went with anything else, these movies may not have been the cultural icons that they were and as beloved as they are. And I feel like they're definitely making a misstep by making this dude look this way. Now, with the other properties that they have with Art the Clown, they did a good job. When they did the Mean one, when they did the Grinch movie, I feel like they did a good job with the way they made the Grinch look. But this one, not looking good, player. Not looking good. I am very happy that I'm alive to see all this public domain stuff come to life in terms of horror movies, and people are able to actually use this stuff and make, you know, because you see fan movies all the time on YouTube, but to see actually big blockbuster movies being made with these childhood characters is so much fun. I'm very grateful to be here. But the only thing, I thought about this the other day and I thought, man, I better get on some adrenochrome. I better figure out how to get that elixir, that potion, because I did the math, and I'm not great at math. I'm not great at math, but I did the math. I'm most likely not going to be alive for when Barney goes into public domain. Because, I mean, this dude came out pretty much when I was born, right? So I think public domain got to be like 100 years or something like that. Or something like 80 years maybe, right?
Yeah, around like 80, something like 80.
So am I really going to be around to see when they finally make a public domain Barney horror movie? I hope so.
Public domain horror Arthur.
Come on, dude. I'm going to be... He might... Oh, no, he's probably around the same. Arthur might have came out like the 80s. Because remember, Arthur used to be...
90s.
Arthur used to be a book, and it didn't look like the Arthur on TV on the show. You ever seen those old Arthur books?
No.
My mom used to bring them to the library.
You know I don't read, bro.
Well, they're just children books. I'm assuming maybe you read them when you were a child.
Nah, it's Goosebumps.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I mean, even that, they could, we're not going to be allowed to see Goosebumps go public domain. That's going to be wild, bro. You just be able to do whatever you want with Monster Blood and the Haunted
Bro,
Mansion.
that'd be sick.
Why were we born now?
Bro,
why were we alive now?
We could go crazy with Slappy, bro. What?
Oh, yeah, bro. You think there's
we
enough?
Could go crazy, bro.
You think there's enough Slappy content now? Shit. When he goes public domain, forget about it. So, listen, we're getting what we got now. We're happy to see it. But we're definitely going to miss out later on in life. But you never know. You never know what might happen. So there you go.
That's
you have
fine,
anything
bro.
you want to say
Fine.
before we get out of here, EJ?
Go watch the movies we talked about because they're really good.
That's right.
And like, comment, and subscribe, bro. I mean,
And read a book and play Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Let me know where you're on. Let me know what you're doing. Maybe we can play some multiplayer.
And if you're a man and you play Hello Kitty, comment down below because Greedy needs to know. He needs to find fellow
I gotta know.
men.
I'm watching my girl. Who's my girl? I gotta look up her YouTube channel. Who am I watching right now? This chick is like always streaming. She's always giving me. This is the chick I always go to for the puzzles. What's her name? Fluff Isle. Yeah, my girl Fluff Isle, bro. She hooking me up with all the puzzles, dude.
Helping this dumb do the puzzles.
I fell asleep to the stream last night. She was over there picking flowers and shit. I was like, yeah. Peace and love. See you next time.